Our officiant, Pastor Payne, Eulogies, Pastor Fleming, brothers in the gospel of Jesus Christ, sisters in the gospel of Jesus Christ, most especially this bereaved family and friends who have gathered together to witness this homegoing celebration. We're not here because Davenport is dead. We're here because he lived. And certainly, at this juncture of the program, whatever I have to say is possibly going to be somewhat redundant. So I'll skip the memories part. But one thing I will tell you that when you were in the presence of Davenport, there were 4 things you were going to hear about. First of all, Charlotte. Secondly, Virginia. Thirdly, his daughters. And lastly, what he was doing at the time. About this time when Davenport was living, he said, "Stand up, James." And James is already standing up. That was a part of his sense of humor. I don't care who you were, Pastor Davenport was going to find something funny on you. You need to be prepared to take it. But every time he tell me to stand up, I look at him and say, "Davenport, nobody would know you were tall if it wasn't for people like me." Certainly, as a pastor in the Memphis district, one of the words that I can use to describe Pastor Davenport in every level of life, and that is a committed man. Whatever he did, he was committed to. And not only did he commit, but he forced others to commit. Whenever Davenport called me, he didn't call me to ask me anything, he called me to tell me what I needed to do. And you couldn't tell him no, because if you said no, he'd want to know why. You tell him why, can't you put that off? And by the time we got through, you done put a lot of stuff off just to cooperate with us. That's the life that we live. And the last thing I have to tell you, and that is Pastor Davenport believed in taking a lot of pictures, which means he chronicled life. Chronicled life is just like a movie or a good picture that has different episodes. And Sunday, seemingly all the episodes of Davenport's life came to a conclusion. But it just depends on what you're using to look at. Some people use cable, some use satellite. Some use still the antennas with that digital box. But if you're Christian, you don't use satellite, you don't use cable, you don't use a digital box. You look through the eyes of faith. So the picture ended the other day, and for some it seems to say that being a father, that's the end of that episode. Seems like being a husband, that's the end of that episode. Being a pastor, that's the end of that episode. But I got news for you, even though he's in that narrow house and it looks like it's the end, that ain't nothing but a commercial. Because after the commercial is over, if you look through the eyes of faith, you will see clearly on the screen that it continues. I'll see